Well, I finally did it. I decided to create a makeup tutorial. So I'm Amanda, and for those of you who don't know me, I have been a huge makeup lover, collector, aficionado. Is it aficionado or aficionado? Aficionado. I've struggled with acne for years and years and years, and I do have a lot of scarring and troubled skin, and I finally decided after years of considering going into makeup or creating makeup tutorials to give it a shot. A big part of my makeup journey recently has been following a lot of beauty bloggers, beauty influencers, makeup brands on Snapchat. And in makeup, there's no right or wrong way to do anything, and you always think you know everything, and then one person creates a look, gives you a tip that you never thought of before. I'm gonna shout out a lot of my favorite beauty influencers in this tutorial, and therefore this is the beauty influencer influenced infection. Beauty influencer influenced tutorial. First, we're gonna start off with skincare. I'm gonna be using this Estee Lauder Day Cream, and I'm gonna be applying it with a heavy hand here because Natty Ice on Snapchat showed me this really awesome tip where you apply extra moisturizer before you put your makeup on. This is gonna plump and smooth out my skin, especially for someone like me. If you have troubled skin, you want to fill out these pores, these pock marks, that eliminate some redness here. Try not to apply it to your hair. And then I'm gonna soak myself in this KATY raisin water. I got this at Sephora, it was 13 bucks. Now, I know I look like I just crawled out of the Guadalupe River in Texas, but after this dries, I'm gonna apply my primer, so let it dry. Whew. So now that all of my moisturizing products have settled onto my skin, I have a slight tackiness, which is what you want, so your makeup will literally stick to your face. This probably is my all-time favorite brand, Tarte Cosmetics. This is their Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer, and I first saw Makeup Shayla use this on Snapchat, and I really liked it. You can see it's got a bit of a moussey consistency here, and it just glides onto my skin like butter. And Jacob knows how much I love butter. So take a little, maybe between a pea-sized amount and a grape-sized amount. I'm gonna pat it and concentrate it on my trouble areas like my T-zone, where I have a lot more visible pores, and it's good for under my eye here, the delicate under eye. You know who taught me to press primer into my skin was actually Orpha Zanali on Snapchat, because it makes sense, right? I mean, you want your pores to be filled and smooth, and someone like me with the pock marks and the acne scars, you want those to have some plumpness. Now you can tell before I was a little drenched looking, now I'm more matte because the primer is now in place. It feels so good. I've been wearing makeup for a very long time, and something that I just got behind maybe a year ago was color correcting. I am going to be using this green concealer from NYX Cosmetics, and I'm going to apply the green concealer with this little Avon brush here and apply it right on the reddest spots of my face. One of the reasons I didn't used to use color correcting was because I said everything on my face is red. I'm gonna have to put green foundation on before I even apply skin color foundation. I have seen lots of tutorials where they take a beauty blender and blend out the color. The point of it is to be heavy so it will color correct under the foundation. Boop, boop. Maybe a little bit down here, even though you ain't even gonna see it. Okay, I'm ready to go out, babe. This is my mermaid makeup tutorial. Just kidding. I personally rotate my foundations a lot. I have about 11 or 12 on tap right now, but today I'm going to be using Tarte's Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation in the color Light Medium Honey. And I just rediscovered it about 2 months ago, and I was like, wow, I forgot how much I love this. I'm gonna apply it directly to my beauty blender and hit the spots where there's a lot of green to make sure it's covered and that the green's not gonna come through my foundation. That's not the point of color correcting. Now I'm just gonna hit it with a little more foundation to make sure I am entirely covering all the green color corrector. You don't want to get orange foundation into your blonde hair.
Because you don't want to look like a Cheeto.
Don't want to look like a Cheeto, want to eat all the Cheetos. Now, as you can see, I did not apply any foundation directly onto my eyes or my eyelids because we're going to put concealer and eyeshadow primer there. Instagrammer Michael Finch actually showed me that technique. I saw that in one of his videos because this is such a thin, delicate area here. Why do you want to put foundation and then concealer and then powder and then highlight? It's only going to get caked up.
I thought cake was bad.
Caked up is bad. But cake is good. Okay, I guess that's enough beauty blending. For concealer, I'm going to be using this Bright Future Gel Serum from Sephora in the shade Fondant. Katy DeGroot, aka Luster Lux, uses this quite often and she got me hooked on it. When you have textured skin like me, you want to automatically assume you're going to apply a lot of foundation, a lot of concealer, but you're just going to look like cookies and cream candy bar over here. Yes, I've seen that meme on Instagram. It's pretty mean. But I'm going to show you how not to have that look. You're going to apply the concealer on all the high points of your face. I've sent so many Snapchats to people where I look like this, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to take my clean edge of the Beauty Blender and go to town. I love concealer so much. I wish I could eat it.
You don't send me those Snapchats.
You're a boy. That was a journey in blending. Jacob, I forgot my loose setting powder. Well, I forgot my loose setting powder, so this look is cancelled. Well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and skip my under eye setting. I do have my Urban Decay Naked Skin pressed powder in the shade Medium Light. Go ahead and hit it with that one time. I'm going to use this big fluffy powder brush from Flower Cosmetics by Drew Barrymore. Whether you're using the baking technique with loose powder or a pressed foundation pressed powder, you are not going to find any success in dragging the brush around your skin because your foundation is still damp. Your foundation is sitting on your skin right now, unprotected, lost and alone in this cold world. You're going to take your product on your brush and pat it section by section to set your makeup. A perk of using a pressed powder over a loose powder is that it does have coverage and it has color in it. So to get this full face beat, it's not a bad idea. So now that I have pretty much set all the sections, I'm going to take more product and now you can blend. Feels so good. So I'm gonna have to improvise here to set my under eyes because this ain't happening. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Makeup Shayla Tarteist Contour Kit. I'm going to take the correct shade 2 with this Tarte double-ended brush. Try to pack a lot of product on here to set my under eye. So I'm just getting that extra bright-eyed, bushy-tail look here. Smells good. Smells like vanilla.
Why do they make makeup smell like food? Then I want to eat it.
They make makeup smell like food, so that way you want to besitos. Okay, while I have this out here, I'm gonna go ahead and take this awesome e.l.f. brush that I have. It's called a blush brush, but I mean, who in their right mind is gonna apply blush with this? Maybe if you're like 4 years old, but I'm going to take it to sculpt my face here. So I'm going to take the lightest shade in here. Oh, a little too much. And start up here, dab it, because I still don't want to drag my foundation, especially in this area. I need full coverage. Pat, then I'll blend the product. Give me some cheekbones. Snatched. Gonna take the same shade and contour my forehead. Even though I have an extremely small forehead, just wouldn't look complete if I didn't. Oh no. I'm starting to get a bronzer helmet over here.
Helmets keep you safe.
Helmets keep you safe You're so right, honey. I have this big fluffy fan brush that I use also to just even out the blend of the contour.
Hey, I got you that brush.
You did. This was the first birthday gift you ever gave me. I use this for bronzing my face when I don't have time to contour, so there's a little bit of product left over just to make sure I have an even distributed glow here. Going to lightly shade my nose and the tip. Now to highlight my nose, I'm going to take the same palette and use that yellowish powder that I used to set my under eyes. Drag at the tip of my beauty blender. Since I don't have my loose powder, I will go ahead and take that again, hit it heavy on the beauty blender, and carve my cheeks out right here. Contour, contour, grinding on that brush, grinding on that blush. And I'm just gonna let that sit and I'll brush it off eventually. So, I'm going to take a dense powder brush, brush off that excess product here. Cool. For blush, I'm using a lot of Tarte Cosmetics products today. They're really my favorite. I love their packaging, I love their products, and they do so much amazing PR on Snapchat, which is how I've discovered so many of these beauty influencers was from Tarte Cosmetics. So here I have the Styled by Harouche palette, and I'm going to be using the blush.
Sponsor us.
I'm going to take this really cute Wet n Wild brush, dab, dab, dab into the shade Cheeky in this palette. I'm gonna hit it once, I'm gonna hit it twice, I'm gonna hit it 3 times, I'm gonna hit it 4, 5, 6 times. Alright, next I'm gonna hit my face about 14,000 times with my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray.
Why is it 14,000?
What's appropriate number for you?
7.
Count it out for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7.
It's not enough. The setting spray is gonna just melt the products flawlessly together and make it look like your skin, not like this powdery, cakey, creamy face. Right now, I think I'm gonna do some brows. We're gonna do some brows? We're gonna do some brows here. A year after I graduated from high school, I had a tragic duct tape accident where I put duct tape on my eyebrows and ripped them off, and my eyebrows almost never recovered. To create a shape of my brows, you can see they are both doing their own thing. They're just living their own best lives. They are doing their best. I'm just gonna brush the brows that I have into place so I can see exactly where I need to define the shape. This is a ColourPop brow pencil. It's a great product because it's so skinny. I'm gonna start where I have the bald spots in my brows and just try to even them out here. I'm not gonna draw lines, I'm gonna use strokes. Different strokes for different folks. Is that right?
That's right.
Just going to underscore my brow here. Cool, so now that I've underscored exactly where I want my brows to be, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. I just love this product. So yeah, that's why I've stuck to this. This is probably the 3rd or 4th one. I go through about 1 a year. That's how little product I use. I have this cute little Lorac liner brush that I'm going to take a tiny bit of product on, angling my brush up, because if you do it from this angle, you're going to drag product down here and it's going to make it harder to clean up. So you kind of want to lift it and dab. You can edit that out. You can dab the product into the brow, pack it onto your skin, and then you can blend it out to have a nice, blendy, feathered brow. This is how skinny I used to wax my brows when I was in high school. But honestly, it was a look. All of us little OO kids, you have brows like this now because you overpluck them. We did dumb things to our brows. But it's okay, because now we can teach our children not
to touch their brows.
If you feel like you're taking too much time on your brows, you're probably taking the exact right amount of time. So I'm just here blending my life away. I know they look funny, but I'm not going out like this. I mean, unless you want to take me.
No,
You want to
God.
take me to the chowder barge? I'm going to take the same green concealer from NYX in their skin tone color. This is the shade 01 Porcelain. And I'm going to get rid of my unibrow, okay? Since this one don't think I'm pretty with the unibrow.
You are pretty.
2 is better than 1. I I just sang a Taylor Swift song in my first YouTube video.
Well, I'm not gonna edit it out.
Now you're going to blend the dip brow because it is like a wax. You're going to blend it and try to shape your brows. You're going to whip those brows into shape. Plus you want to blend them in the front to make them look natural and lighter. There. Not too shabby.
Now you match your shirt.
For my eyeshadow, I'm going to create a signature Amanda look, which has changed a lot throughout the years, but currently it's a dark brown, blown out, blended smoky eye, outer corner smoky eye, and create a sultry vixen look. I'm priming my eyelids very lightly because I don't have big eyelids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in Eden. I'm going to use my finger to lightly blend in my primer. Another reason why I didn't want to put concealer or foundation on my eyelids because I'm getting the primer on my eyelids and I don't want it to be too thick and creasy. I'm just going to use a dab of this, a dab will do to set that so it doesn't crease. I'm going to take this Morphe 35W palette here. My boyfriend also bought me this. Thank you so much, babe. I'm going to use an Avon crease brush. It's very thin and fluffy and gives me enough control of the product. I'm gonna hit this orangey shade here, right above my crease to give me an appearance of bigger eyes. I'm gonna stay mostly above the crease of my eye and then eventually drag down a little bit of product onto my lid, but not a lot. You're gonna be very light-handed. If you don't have an orangey toned eyeshadow in your makeup kit, you need to get one. Norvina, who is Anastasia Beverly Hills' daughter, taught me the importance of an orange transition shade when you are creating any eye makeup look. A transition shade just makes everything blend more beautifully and creates a lot of depth. I'm now going to take this awesome blending brush that I got from a kit from Target with Sonia Kashuk and use a very light brown shade. I'm gonna go with this one here. Press this into the outer corner to create some depth and eventually gonna drag it out. Just creating some depth and dimension here in this eyeshadow look. I've mentioned her before, but Natty Ice on Snapchat uses about 18 eyeshadows, and I'm not kidding, to create very deep dimensioned, multifaceted looks. I'm gonna drag this light brown shade just a little bit here under my eyelid to make my eyes look bigger. I have this e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush that I'm going to take the darker brown shade, and now we're really going to create that smoky eye. The signature Amanda sultry semi-cat eye look. This you're going to keep in the crease and the outer V of your eye. Now I'm going to take a clean blending brush. This is also from Tarte Cosmetics, just to blend and perfect the shadow here. So it's very cohesive, not clumpy. Boom. I think I'm actually gonna make it a little teeny tiny bit darker. This is, for me, this is a day look, this is a night look, this is a just roll out of bed look, this is a going to bed look. Yeah, that looks good. This is the Harouche palette, the shade KATY.
Meow.
Cool. I'm gonna take my beauty blender that has a little bit of that highlight shade from the contour kit and just clean a little here in case I have any fallout. I'm pretty good about not getting fallout. I don't know how to give you a tip for that. Over the years, because I have acne, I've struggled with getting zits around my mouth, and when they heal, I get a scar, so my lip line is almost non-existent. So I have to correct that. I brought so many different lip liners here. I mean, I know they all look the same, but they're so different. Let's go ahead. I've really been loving this NYX lip liner. You can see it's probably the shortest one that I have. This is in the shade Brown Coffee. As you can see, I have product on my lip here from applying my foundation. I'm gonna go right over that. Just ever so slightly outside of your natural lip line. One of the first YouTube videos I saw of DESI Perkins was her doing an overline tutorial, and she said she got the tip of constantly overlining in the same place for Marilyn Monroe. And I think that makes sense. You can see, natural, not natural. And it doesn't look funny, it doesn't look overdone. Same thing here. You're gonna drag it from the outer corner down, just over your natural lip line. I'm going to use this NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Push Up. You're going to see it's lighter than my lip liner, but I'm going to blend it all out. With the tip of the applicator, you're going to use it to overline the overline you just created with the lip liner, so it looks natural. A few more steps to go. I'm going to hit some highlighter one time. This is the beautiful Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder in the color Incandescent Strobe Light. Woo! Sounds fancy. My soon-to-be sister-in-law gave me this. Shout out to Alyssa at Nordstrom's in the Hourglass Cosmetics section. I mean, look how beautiful. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm going to take a thin fan brush, hit it with a little, just a little. That was her recommendation. Drag it here, pat it, pat it, pat it. While my brush is still wet, then I'm going to take a lot of product. And just, you know, bathe myself in diamonds for about 18 minutes. Man, isn't that beautiful? A little teeny tiny bit down the center of my nose. So I'm gonna curl my lash as close to my lash line as I can get. And just wiggle it. I keep pressing it over and over, as you can see. And then I kind of flare it out. I guess since I've already used so many Tarte products, I will continue the theme with their Lights Camera Lashes. I feel the best way to apply your mascara without getting it on your eyelid is to look down as far as possible. I'm holding a mirror very low, and we're good. Jaclyn Hill taught me the technique of starting low on your baseline and wiggling up, almost as if you're teasing your hair. You start from the base and go up. So that's it. That is how I do my makeup to create a full coverage, long-lasting glam. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll see you next week.
Your intro.
Oh fuck!